Wartime president, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, coming here to the White House in his military greens, not dressed up in a suit like the last time he was here, in the room with the President of the United States. The President, of course, we expected to hear what President Biden had to say, is that he's proud of the Ukrainian president, that America stands by him, that he will continue to send aid his way to help him fight the Russians, but President Zelenskyy not only thanking the president, but turning to Americans, turning to the press in the room and saying, thank all of you for supporting us and being there for us. And then something I've never seen between a wartime president and the president of the United States, he actually reaches over and takes a award that one of his soldiers, one of Zelenskyy's soldiers, received. You know, similar, they were saying, to like the military cross. But this soldier wanted Zelenskyy to give President Biden this award that he received for fighting the Russians. He wanted the President of the United States to have his medal. And then, of course, you heard the president. He's going to get a command coin to send back to that soldier in Ukraine that's fighting under Zelenskyy's leadership and fighting for just democracy in that country. Just an extraordinary event all around. And I know that Ukrainians were paying very close attention to this, including Ukrainian parliament members like Oleksiy, Goncharenko, who joins us now. I'm just curious, Oleksiy, as you were watching that and this interaction between your president and our president here on this surprise visit, what was that like for you to see that? What did you make of what the President of the United States had to say and also your president?
Yeah, absolutely. We are very thankful that what our president told to President Biden, and I just can and should repeat it on behalf of Ukrainian people. We are very thankful for all support we are receiving from the United States. And the United States really shows leadership, and President Biden and all bipartisan support we are receiving, that is so important for us, because this war is existential for Ukraine. It's to be or not to be, and Russia is committing genocide against Ukrainians on occupied territories. So for us, it's something so important, and American support is really vital. So we really appreciate it, and the fact that the first visit of President Zelenskyy after the beginning of invasion is to the United States, and the fact that he is giving and presented to President Biden award for one of our officers, is all of this is just to show our all gratitude that we have to you American people for your support, and also to show again that this is our common war for our common values, for democracy, for rule of law, for human rights. And this, our victory, Ukrainian victory in this war, will be also United States victory. And I think that will be said again and again during this visit.
So, Oleksiy, is this newest military aid package going to be enough? What does it mean for this fight for your people against the Russians? What do you think it will do, how it will help? And what else do you think Ukrainians are in desperate need of at this point?
Again, we are very thankful for support and a new package, and we are very thankful that finally Patriot system and defenses, because like in my apartment, I'm now in Odessa, Ukraine, there was no electricity just 1 hour ago, like in millions of Ukrainian houses now, and millions of Ukrainians are deprived from basic things, and because of Russian attacks on our power grid. And Patriot system is something we desperately need from the beginning of the war, and finally this decision is made, and finally in several months, this system will start to work in Ukraine, because we will also need time to train our crew. But definitely that's not enough for us, because we want to finish this war as quickly as possible, to finish all crises: fuel crisis, energy crisis, food crisis, inflation, refugee crisis, and all what's happening in the world because of this war. And we can finish this war quickly. And we need for these several items. We need long-range missiles to HIMARSes, which already President Zelensky mentioned. He said that this award was from Captain, who is the commander of HIMARS battery in Ukraine. But we only have a short-range missiles to HIMARSes. We need long-range missiles. We need fighters. We need battle tanks. Because for the moment, Ukraine has not received any one Western modern battle tank. We need drones to finish this war really quickly. We can do this. Ukrainian courage, the professionalism of our officers and generals, together with American weaponry, they can do this, but we should do this, and this political decision should be made. I just want to give you one number. Investment to Ukrainian army is one of the best investments in American history, because we received near 3% of United States military budget. And with this money, we destroyed 50% of Russian military capacity. Before February 24, there were 3 great powers, military powers in the world. Now just 2. And Russia is not anymore a military superpower from conventional point of view. So that's what Ukraine did with just 3% of American military budget and without losing any one American soldier. So that is, I think, the best investment, and this investment should be continued. And with the continuation, we can finish this war.
Oleksiy, I have to thank you for that, because that is actually the first time I've been able to interview a member of your parliament and get exact details of percentage of the money, where it went, how it helped, and how exactly it took out specific assets that the Russian troops have and were using. So I thank you very much for those specifics. It really does help Americans understand where the money is going and what exactly the money is doing to help you fight this war. You mentioned American weaponry, the new assets that'll be coming your way now for the first time. That's going to take training, clearly. Do you feel you have the time for that? Do you have the men for that to keep moving forward in this war with this new advanced weaponry that you have not been able to put into your arsenal yet?
I want to give you one example. On February 26th, on the 3rd day of Russian invasion to Ukraine, I had a Zoom conference with the United States Congress members. From American side, that was Gary Palmer, who was organizing this. So it was me and 54 American congressmen for the first time in my life. And I hope for the last one, because in such circumstances, they were asking what's going on the battlefield. And at that time, I was not just parliamentarian. I joined territorial defense to fight for our capital. And they asked what we need, what military support do we need? And I reached our military. They said what we need. And I said to them, one of things was a Patriot system. And it was February 26th again. And they said to me that they reached Department of Defense, Pentagon, and they told them that it will take 2-3 months for Ukrainian crew to train to operate on Patriot. And Ukraine does not have this time, they said, on February 26th. Now 10 months after, finally the decision on Patriots is made. Yes, it will take 2-3 months to train our crew to work on it, but we have this time. Unfortunately, probably the war will last 2-3 months more, but we will train, we will use this weaponry. This will help us to save our women and children, because air defense for us is a humanitarian issue. Because Russians are, what they're doing against our civilians, depriving them from from a running water, from electricity, from a mobile network, that just to make people suffer. And with the American Patriot, we will finish this. We will increase our air power, air defense capacity, and we will defend our people, our women and children. So that was a decision which should be made earlier, but we are very thankful that it is made now. And I hope that other decisions, what I told you about battle tanks, long-range missiles, fighters, drones, will be made also as soon as possible, and that will save thousands of lives.
Ukrainian Parliament member Oleksiy Goncharenko, I hope you will join us again. I appreciate so much the details and the insight. Thank you, Oleksiy, very much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.